In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to adjust the frames per second in the editor for Visual RPG Studios by Laston Entertainment. Okay, keep in mind that this setting is to adjust the frame per second in the editor. This does not affect your game whatsoever. There's options here for multiple reasons. There's a chance that you may not have a fast enough computer to render the game you're making, so you may have to lower it down. Your game may actually render in a lower frames per second. Basically, any way you want to design it. To do this, it's pretty simple. Go up, go to Settings, Application Settings, and go to Graphic Control. There you can see frames per second. Just an example, lower it down to cartoon animation there. 12 frames per second. Hit OK. And as you can see, the engine readjusted to 12 frames per second, on average at least. Okay, let's go ahead and I'm going to switch that back there so I don't forget. And that was, yep, there, and there. That was to adjust the frames per second on the editor itself. Say if you wanted to adjust the frame per second on your game, not very much different. Same thing, go to Settings, but instead of Application Settings, go to Project Settings. Here on the project settings, go to the engine tab, and on the engine tab you can see FPS here. You can change that to be anything you want there. Of course, within reason, I wouldn't recommend going under 12 frames per second. It's just going to be really, well, not enough frames to really look like anything at that point. And then as high, well, that's really up to how intense you want your game to be. The human eye really can't see over 30 frames per second. Sometimes it does look good to render things at 60. It all depends on your situation, really. But that's how you change it for the game there. And that's basically it on frames per second.